Very impressive, being over there from the side, just how in control he was of, his delivery and what he was trying to do, and certainly the swing and miss, and just he's incredibly tough to square up and certainly get the ball in play. So he's a unique individual, and it's fun having him on our side for sure.
Even though we know what to expect, I mean, the repertoire and all that kind of stuff, to be that sharp with that many different pitches this early on, is it still a little bit surprising?
No, I think just because as talented as he is, and his ability to manipulate the baseball and make it move, and he's just matured so much over the last couple of years, and he's really kind of found out what works for him, what doesn't work for him, and he's just been able to put everything together. So honestly, it doesn't really surprise me to see him dominant this early. Yeah, it went really well. He was throwing his fastball, mixed in some sliders, and he came out of there feeling very well. I think the next thing we'll do, he'll probably do maybe one more sim game or live BP, and this time or the next time he'll throw and then sit out about 7, 8, 9 minutes, something like that, and then come back out and throw again, and then we'll see how he gets out of that. And then we'll start talking about, getting into game action if everything goes well. So right now he's been doing well. Yeah, we don't think it's, in fact, we're confident it's not COVID related, but he is having some aches and pains in the body. Look, if we were in season 100%, he would, be in there. But with a little over 3 weeks to go, we're going to make sure he gets back to 100%, when he's back, where he doesn't have some aches and pains and all that. So just make sure he recovers well, and go from there. So it's nothing we're concerned about. It just, we don't want to push right now. So they've been doing bunting, hitting. They've been doing everything for the past, probably 7 to 10 days. They're doing all that on the backfield. They'll start to get into some live BP action later on, this week, and we'll probably look at start getting them into the games probably about a week from today, somewhere in there. Is kind of what we're thinking. It's we want to make sure we're prepared. At the same time, we don't want to have any setbacks or any fluke accidents, anything like that. It's so anyway, I think you could see him in the game action within a week or so. I totally get it. I would say the biggest difference on the health and safety, to your point, is these guys haven't hit in now a year and a half. So it's definitely something we don't take lightly, for sure, and trying to figure out how to get these guys, groomed back in with the challenge of going 60 games to 162, and now getting these guys to train to hit again. You're right. There's some real challenges there for sure. Wow, that's a good question. I didn't realize that was coming up this Friday. It seemed like looking back, it was such a whirlwind when all that hit. So. I'd say we've learned a lot. We've learned to, for the most part, be able to trust the medical information, that the doctors and the medical teams in Major League Baseball are giving us. We've learned we've got to stay disciplined in those areas, and we got to be responsible, not only for ourselves, but staying disciplined to protect our teammates and our staff members. So I think we're just hoping that we can all see the finish line, and we just want to do everything in our power to cross that finish line, and so we can fight and get back for what we know as normalcy. With a lot of those bullpen guys just making their first or second outing, we haven't really gotten into it. I think in an ideal world, you'd like to have a set like ninth inning guy. Who that is, are we open to committee? Are we open to matchups? We are. we would love to come out of here, feeling well. Hey, this is our ninth inning guy, and we can move forward. So we're open to a lot of things. I don't think, this early on in spring training, I don't think we're interested in, announcing anything or giving somebody that title. I think we've got some open competition, and we'd like to, play that out for the following next couple weeks until we get a little bit more clarity on, what we should do in that ninth inning. We've got a couple different scenarios out there, and we could go a couple different directions. So I think, before we kind of get into that, we think the biggest test is going to be, having that up down, that downtime, and obviously he's going to be throwing fastball, slider, and have that downtime, and then crank back up and go. We think if we can pass that test, then we'll start, kind of laying out, hey, what's the best thing going forward, and what do these timelines look like? So until we kind of get by that, let's get that one where we're feeling really good, and then we can talk about, the next 2 or 3 options after that.